This new rune farm method I came up with is going to blow your mind. You're going to be getting 1,000 runes per second just minutes after creating a character. If this step-by-step guide helps you, do us a favor and smash the like button and subscribe if you want to see more. Alright, so this is a rune farm video, so obviously you can use any class in the game that you want. I'm picking prisoner because I barely ever play prisoner. I highly recommend grabbing the golden seed early because the flasks are actually going to be a factor in this. Alright, so just play through the beginning like normal, make your way out into Limgrave. Then you're going to head straight for the Church of Ela. But before heading into the church, you're going to grab the golden rune 2 on the ground outside. Now when you head over to Caelid, you can actually sell him that golden rune 2 for 400 runes. And we're going to use 200 of those 400 runes to buy a torch. Now I'm going to go in further detail later on why we need the torch, but it's very important that you buy this torch here. Now as always, you're going to head over to Gatefront next because you want the Spectral Steed Whistle as soon as possible so we get access to Torrent. Then we're going to go back to the first step site of Grace and we're going to jump off the cliff by the beach, right where the Spirit Spring is, and we're going to grab the Gold Pickle Foulfoot at the bottom. We're going to need this later on. This gives us 30% more runes for 3 minutes. So then from here, we're going to go back to Gatefront and we're going to ride southeast across the bridge and we're going to pick up another Gold Pickle Foulfoot at this spot on the map. And from here, follow the path northeast to the Third Church America. Be sure to grab the Site of Grace, and then there's a Sacred Tear and the Flask of Wondrous Physic here. You want to pick up both of those as well before leaving. It's going to be very important later also that you have at least 3 flasks of Cerulean Tear, so I went ahead and allocated them early. Then you're just going to head to the north side of the church in the pond and use the Waygate back there. This is going to teleport you all the way to the northeast corner of Caelid. And from here, we're just going to follow the path south, across the bridge, jump up the Spirit Spring behind the Minor Erd Tree, and rest at the Site of Grace by Fort Ferreth. When you rest here, you should also have the opportunity to go to the Round Table Hold for the first time. So from the Site of Grace, you're going to head into Fort Ferreth, and you're just going to run past everything and climb the ladder. While you're here, you should grab the right half of the Dectus Medallion, because you're going to need that later anyways. Then you're just going to run across the roof, jump in the hole, dodge the rat, grab the Great Rune 12, jump across the ledge, run past the giant rat, jump down again, and grab the Radagon Sword Seal. This talisman gives us 20 levels worth of stats, but most importantly, 5 strength and 5 dexterity. Now from Fort Ferreth, we're just going to head south to the Southern Aeonia Swamp Bank Site of Grace. Just be careful navigating your way down the cliff at the halfway point. Once you reach the Site of Grace, you need to pass time until nightfall. And this is because the Deathrite bird that we're killing only shows up at nighttime. A big thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit and helps you save money, eat better, stress less about meal times, delivering high quality, fresh, and delicious ingredients right to your door. These ingredients help you create a chef-crafted recipe at affordable prices, and they're great for people always on the go with day-to-day schedules. They have 45 different recipes to choose from, helping you live a healthier lifestyle and helping keep your energy up while you're up late chasing those Soulsborne challenge runs. HelloFresh helps me stay on track with healthy eating, especially while I'm working on these videos, with meals ready in as little as 15 minutes. Start your new year off right with a fast, affordable, and healthy option. And if you subscribe now, you'll get 1 free breakfast item per box while your subscription is active. Use my code or click the link in the description to receive this free breakfast item offer. This is a great way to both support the channel and add some convenience to your life. Big thanks again to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. Now this fight would be absolutely brutal if we were to try to fight him straight up right now, but there's a strategy here we can use to kill him without ever needing to hit him. I'm going to explain it first and then I'm going to show it in real time. So from the Site of Grace, you're going to head east, you're going to aggro him to trigger the fight. You're going to bait him along this path to the cliff by the really large tree root, and then you need to bait him along the cliff to the smaller tree root. At this point, you're going to jump over that tree root and stand underneath of it, and he will fall off of the cliff to his death trying to hit you. I know it sounds crazy, so I'm just going to stop talking for a minute and show you how to do it in real time right now. So as you can see, it's incredibly easy to do and fairly consistent. I've done it on multiple characters without a problem. Now when you kill this Deathrite bird, you're going to get the Death's Poker. Now if you're a mage or any sort of intelligence build, you just hit the jackpot because this weapon scales perfectly for you. But for the rest of us, we're just going to use the Ghost Flame Ignition skill on it to farm some runes really fast. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So we're going to go back to Fort Ferrith first. We're just going to make life easier and clear our menu of everything that we don't need. Then we're going to equip the Death's Poker in our first weapon slot, and we're going to equip the Torch in our second weapon slot. Now basically we're going to use the Death's Poker to instantly proc Frost, which like Bleed takes a huge chunk of the boss's health, but unlike Bleed we can reset the Frostbite status with the Torch. Now this works no matter what class you are. It's just important to note that you need 15 Strength, 17 Dexterity, and 11 Intelligence to use the Death's Poker. But since we got the Radagon Source Seal, you only need 10 Strength, 12 Dexterity, and 11 Intelligence to use the Death's Poker. So just use some of the runes that you got for killing the Deathrite bird to make sure you hit that 10, 12, 11 mark on your levels. You can always respec those couple points out of Intelligence once you get to Renala. So starting our timer, we're going to head down and we're going to use our first Gold Pickle Foulfoot on the way. Now for those of you that don't know how to use Ghost Flame Ignition, you're going to use your left trigger or L2, followed up by R1 or right bumper. You see it instantly procs a Frostbite for 9,000 damage, and then we immediately take out our torch and reset it, and then we follow up again with another Frostbite. Now it's very important that once you've done this loop 3 times, that you stop and drink a flask of Cerulean Tears. Then you'll do 3 more what I'll call rotations. And a rotation is just simply a Ghost Flame Ignition to proc a Frostbite, a weapon swap, and then a hit with the torch. Now as you can see, after 3 rotations, we need to use our Flask of Cerulean Tears. So just keep count of the rotations every time that you switch and hit with the torch. Every time you count to 3, just make sure you use your Flask of Cerulean Tears. You're just going to do this 3 times total. At this point you're exactly 9 total rotations in, so you should see 9 times 9,000 damage, which is about 81,000 damage overall. And after you drink that 3rd Flask of Cerulean Tears, you're just going to do an L2 or a left trigger. You're not going to follow up with the right bumper. You're immediately going to get on Torrent and go as fast as you can back to the site of grace. If you're too slow getting back, the dragon will die, it will be gone forever. If you did it correct, the dragon's still going to be there and you're going to get 65,000 runes. Now this dragon normally gives 50,000 runes, but you're getting that 30% boost from the Gold Pickle Foulfoot, and that's why you're getting 65,000. And because we're getting immediate frostbites and we're killing the dragon so fast, you can actually get 2 dragon kills off of 1 Gold Pickle Foulfoot. Now historically, when you're doing a dragon dupe rune farm early game like this, you would grab a bleed weapon like a flail or a katana, and you'd come over here, but it would be a very low level bleed weapon. So on average, you were lucky to get a kill every 3 minutes or so. And that's why I put the timer at the top of the screen so you could see that we're killing the dragon in between 2 and 3 times that speed. Now again, just to reiterate the method behind that speed, we're doing 3 rotations of Ghost Flame Ignition, swap weapon, torch hit to reset the frostbite status. Then every 3 rotations, we're going to drink a Flask of Cerulean Tears to fill up our FP, and we're doing that a total of 3 times for 9 total rotations. And then the last hit, we're not doing a full Ghost Flame Ignition, we're only doing the L2 or left trigger depending on your controller. Then we need to mount Torrent as fast as possible and head back to the site of grace. As you can see, in just over 2.5 minutes, we killed the dragon twice and made 130,000 runes. Now at this point, on your way back down to the dragon, you use your second Gold Pickle Foulfoot, and then you would kill the dragon 2 more times the exact same way, and you should now have about 275,000 runes. And the craziest part is that I've only been playing this character for 25 minutes, which means you could do 4 more runs and have 475,000 runes at about the 30-minute mark. As it stands, at 25 minutes into the game, we have enough runes to go all the way to level 51. This is by far the strongest start to Elden Ring, and I cannot believe that I did not think of this earlier. If this guide helps you ramp up a new character, be sure to smash that like button for us. If you've got questions or ideas on how to improve upon this, leave it in the comment section below. And for those of you over on Patreon, the written guide checklist will be up over there later on today as usual. Appreciate you guys. Stay dangerous.